Welcome to the Burnout Recovery Podcast, a guiding resource dedicated to healthcare professionals on their journey to overcoming burnout. Spearheaded by Dr. Joe Braid, a certified professional coach and rehabilitation physician.
Welcome back to the Burnout Recovery Podcast. I'm Dr. Joe Braid, a doctor of over 20 years, a speaker and professional coach dedicated to helping healthcare professionals overcome burnout and create more sustainable careers and lives. Today, we're diving into a concept that I believe is absolutely crucial to understand both how burnout develops and how we recover from it. Micro moments. These are the small, seemingly insignificant moments throughout your day that, when accumulated, can either lead you toward burnout or help pull you away from it. Have you ever heard the phrase, death by 1,000 paper cuts? It's a powerful metaphor that perfectly captures how burnout typically develops. Rarely does burnout happen overnight or from a single catastrophic event. Instead, it's the accumulation of countless small stressors that, over time, deplete your reserves. A recent study highlighted by Every Woman found that 76% of women have experienced burnout, with the numbers being even higher for those in leadership positions. What's particularly interesting is that 39% of women report feeling stressed on a daily basis. And this daily stress represents those paper cuts, small, seemingly manageable moments of stress that, when experienced repeatedly, lead to significant harm. So maybe you could have a think about your typical workday. Perhaps it starts with waking up to an inbox full of urgent messages. Then there's the colleague who constantly interrupts your focus time, the meeting that could have been an email, the patient who demands more than you can give, the documentation that piles up, the lunch you skip, the family text you don't have time to answer. None of these moments alone cause burnout, but together they create a perfect storm. One of my clients, let's call her Maya, a brilliant emergency physician, described it perfectly. I didn't realize I was burning out until I was already in flames. Looking back, there were hundreds of warning signs. Moments where I chose work over rest, where I said yes when I needed to say no, where I pushed through exhaustion instead of honoring my limits. So let's go into the science behind this accumulation concept. There's actually fascinating neuroscience behind this accumulation effect. Each microstressor triggers a small stress response in your body. A little cortisol here, a bit of adrenaline there, and your amazing body is designed to handle these occasional surges. But when they become constant, your stress response stays activated. And this chronic activation leads to what researchers call allostatic load, essentially the wear and tear on your body from chronic stress. It's like constantly revving your car engine without ever letting it idle. Eventually, something's going to break down. But here's where it gets interesting and hopeful. The same principle that can lead you into burnout can also lead you out of it. So just as burnout develops through an accumulation of small stressors, recovery happens through an accumulation of small positive moments. And I call these micro moments of recovery. Brief, intentional practices that, when done consistently, help rebuild your resilience reserves. And the beauty of micro moments is that they don't require massive life overhauls or hours of your precious time. They're small, doable actions that fit into your already busy life. So let me share some of my favorite micro moments of recovery that I've seen work wonders with my coaching clients, and I also use myself. Firstly, the 30-second breath break. So between patients or meetings, take 3 deep breaths, inhaling for a count of 4, hold for a count of 4, exhale for a count of 4, and hold for a count of 4. So this is activating your parasympathetic nervous system, your body's rest and digest mode. And that is box breathing I've just described. Secondly, the gratitude minute. Before starting your car after work, name 3 specific things that went well today. They can be tiny. Maybe a patient smiled at you, or you enjoyed your hot coffee, or you managed to find a parking spot easily. Third, the celebration pause. I can speak to this absolutely honestly myself. We are so quick to move on to the next task that we rarely acknowledge our accomplishments. So I invite you, when you complete something or anything, pause for 5 seconds and mentally say, I did that. Well done. The boundary micro moment. I've talked about boundaries before, and here's a reminder on how you could respond in the moment. Practice saying, let me check my schedule and get back to you, instead of an immediate yes. And this tiny pause creates space for you to make intentional decisions rather than reactive ones. The connection snippet. I'm so passionate about the benefit of support that we can all have. And just sending a 10-second voice message to a friend or a loved one. No need for a long conversation, just a quick thinking of you to nurture your relationships. Number 6 is an earlier bedtime. So often people in burnout are struggling with a lack of sleep or trouble settling or waking early. And just 10 minutes earlier can make a significant difference in your sleep quality and quantity over time. And finally, the movement snack. Stand up, stretch, or take a quick walk around your workspace. And even 60 seconds of movement can reset your energy and focus. So what makes these micro moments so powerful is the compound effect. Just like compound interest in finance, small positive actions accumulate and grow over time. And one of my wonderful coaching clients, let's call her Sophia, was skeptical about this approach at first. How is taking 3 deep breaths going to fix my burnout? She asked. However, she committed to trying just one micro moment, the 30-second breath break, 3 times a day for a week. And by the end of the week, she noticed she was sleeping better. And by the end of the month, her colleagues commented that she seemed calmer in crisis situations. After 3 months of gradually adding more micro moments to her day, she reported feeling more like herself than she had in years. The science backs this up. Research shows that small, consistent, positive practices actually change your brain through neuroplasticity, creating new neural pathways that support your resilience and well-being. So here we go. I've got the micro moment challenge. And I'm sure you're thinking, great, Jo, another thing to add to my to-do list. But here's where we can inject some fun into this process. I invite you to take the 5-day micro moment challenge. Each day, choose just one micro moment practice and commit to doing it 3 times that day. Make it playful. Set a funny alarm sound as your reminder, or give yourself a gold star. Literally, stickers are really underrated for adults. Share your experience with a friend or post about it if that's your thing, and turn it into a friendly competition with colleagues who can remember to do their micro moments most consistently. And you could turn this into a team game with different coloured stickers representing different micro moment practices. Create a chart in your break room and add a sticker each time you complete a practice. This can boost morale, have fewer conflicts, and improve patient satisfaction scores by the end of the month. So as we wrap up today's episode, I want to leave you with one simple but powerful takeaway. Both burnout and recovery happen one moment at a time. The path into burnout is paved with small moments of overextending, ignoring your needs, ignoring your body's messages, and pushing beyond your limits. The path out of burnout is created through small moments of awareness, self-compassion, and intentional rest. Your homework this week is to identify your personal paper cuts, those small stressors that accumulate in your day, and choose just one micro moment of recovery to counterbalance them. Practice it 3 times daily and notice what shifts. Remember, you don't need to overhaul your entire life to make meaningful change. Start with one micro moment, one breath, one pause at a time. And before I sign off today, I'd love to hear which micro moment resonates most with you. Drop me a message via my website or social media. Let me know which one you're trying and how it's going. I'm signing off here, Dr. Jo Braid, reminding you that recovery happens one micro moment at a time. Until next week, take care of yourself. You're worth it. Thanks for listening to this episode. Schedule a 60-minute power hour with me and leave with relief, decisions made, and clear next steps. Or send me an email for a speaking inquiry. All information is available at drjobraid.com with links in the show notes.